you're done.
Yeah, go ahead.
So now we are beginning the process of removing the drive from the outer housing. And to start with, we removed 12 or so screws from the actual housing using just a Phillips head screwdriver, some on the top and some on the front. And once those are removed, we're able to actually pry the housing away from the actual drive itself. So now we're actually able to pry the housing away and expose the internal parts of the drive. The white piece you see is a material specifically designed by ioSafe, and it's hard like a ceramic, and that's what's actually protecting the drive from the outside elements. So once we remove the housing, the next step was to pry it away so we can get to the white ceramic pieces. And they're in two pieces, and here you'll see us try to pry them apart to get to the actual drive itself. And it only took a matter of minutes before we were able to extract it. And once we removed the housing and got that out of the way, we were able to expose the drive very easily. So there you see the drive inside the ioSafe waterproof barrier. It's kind of like a pouch, and that's what actually protects the drive. See a little bit of heat penetration there on the ceramic around the edges, but otherwise it looks relatively good. So the next step was to clip the wires, which made it kind of easier to access the drive. The next thing we did was to wipe the ioSafe waterproof barrier down with a paper towel just to make sure there was no water on it. We didn't want any water spilling onto the hard drive when we opened the pouch up. We then used scissors to slit the bag open so we could remove the drive from inside the waterproof barrier. And once we got the bag completely open, it was quite easy to remove the drive. We obviously did so very carefully. We made sure we didn't drop it or spill anything on it, but the drive looked relatively unharmed. We disconnected the plugs, and it was ready to install in our new housing. So we then hooked it up to the brand new hard drive enclosure that we purchased. And once that was hooked up, we simply connected it to its outer housing as instructed in the directions, simply screwing it to the frame. And then once it was screwed down to the frame, we placed the housing around the hard drive to protect it, and the process was finished. The next step will be to take the drive to the computer and hook it up to see if the data is actually still there. And you can see the last screws going in, tightening down to make sure the housing is all secure. Alright guys, so we have transferred the hard drive to the new enclosure, and I'm back home and I'm ready to hook it up to my computer and see if the data is still there. So here I go, and I'm trying to do this one-handed, so I apologize if it doesn't work perfectly, but you can see I'm plugging in the power cable. Okay, I've got the USB cable plugged in, and you now power on the drive. And you can see it has power, and now I'm going to switch over to my computer and wait for hopefully the icon to appear. And there it is. See if I can zoom in. There is the actual drive. Now let's see if the data is still there. Accessing the drive, and sure enough, everything that I put on there is there. Wow. Wow. Let me zoom out so you guys can see that. Everything that I put on the drive is there. And let's see if I can actually open it. Yep. So everything worked exactly as it was supposed to work.